My next guest, he is a mixed martial artist with a record of 9 wins and 5 losses. He is currently signed by Brave Combat Federation. Please welcome onto the show, Mr. Hayder Hassan. How you doing, Hayder?
Hey, what's up, brother? Man, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I look forward to it, bro. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for taking the time, man. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it, man. I know it's real busy and stuff like that right now.
Yeah, man. It's bro, blessings to be on, dude.
Yeah.
Time you can get on and talk some shop, bro. Why not, dude? Let's have some fun, dude.
Awesome, awesome. So, Hayder, for my audience that may not know who you are, could you go ahead and just introduce yourself real quick for them?
Yeah, man. What's up, guys? Hayder Hassan here. UFC vet, two-time, two-time veteran on the UFC's The Ultimate Fighter. I was on finalist on the American Top Team versus Black Stallion season. I fought Kamaru Usman in the finale, and I was on this past season, the season of the redemption season with TJ Dillashaw and Cody Gambit, and I had some sweet knockouts in both seasons.
Awesome,
And
awesome.
uh, now I'm contracted to Brave Combat Federation, and I got 2 fights left in my contract, and looking forward to making some noises this year, man.
Awesome, awesome. Do you know who your next opponent would be, Hayder, or is there anything in the works for you right now?
So like right now, with most likely, I'm looking forward to getting back in the summer.
Okay.
Uh, Now because like my fights are international based.
Oh, okay.
So just like with COVID going on, uh, you know, you kind of have to get. It depends where the shows are, and but I think with Brave, they're based out in Bahrain, so they've been having their events. They've actually been doing 2 to 3 events a month. They've just been repping them out. They did 3 events in Sweden in August. They've been doing 2 events pretty much every month in Bahrain now. So yeah, man, they've just been staying busy, man. But just with like COVID, I had to be a little careful with my international traveling and
For sure.
coming home. And I got family that lives close with me, man. But it's good, man. Now vaccines are coming out, and
Yeah,
you know, get back to business soon, man. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting back in there and making some noise.
definitely. So, you came out on the Ultimate Fighter editions, two of them, Black Zillion versus American Top Team, and then Team Garbrandt versus Team Dillashaw, correct?
Yeah, man. They were. I think the ATT versus Black Stallion was the first team versus team,
Yeah.
and we're both of our teams are in-state rivals. Where our gyms are like 15 minutes away from each other. And they have some of the best fighters in the world. We have some of the best fighters in the world.
Yeah.
So it was a awesome team versus team competition, man. I had 3 fights in 17 days. Kicked
Jesus.
some ass on those fights, and then I went in the finale and I fought Usman in the finale. It didn't go my way, but it's just it's the fight game, bro. You live and you learn,
Okay.
and and fighters, turn the page, write a new chapter, and get back to work.
Yeah, yeah. And now, are you still training with American Top Team?
Yeah, man. I've been with American Top Team since 2009.
Okay.
So they've been my fight gym since day one. So it's those guys are pretty much it's my family, bro. So like I wouldn't go to any other gym. All the coaches know me, my style. Yeah, I bond really well with all the guys. They're like a second extension of my house, pretty much.
Damn, man. So you have you train with some killers every single day, man.
Yeah, man. That's what's gotten me to where I am. I mean, I didn't have any amateur fights. I turned pro right off the bat, and
Okay.
that's because of the guys that I was training with. Man, my training partners were Thiago Alves, Dustin Poirier, Hector Lombard. My very first sparring session was against Thiago Silva,
Jesus.
Alessio Sakara, and Danilo Villafort, and they were I was maybe a buck 85. They were all 220s plus in the UFC, top 5, top 10 in the world, and that was my first sparring session at ATT. It was that do you want to be a fighter or not? And I had come in to help. I have a wrestling background, I have football background, so I'm an athlete, bro. I've always known I can scrap, I can throw hard, but like and I'm tough. I'm not going to quit, So like that's what the coaches wanted to see. I see, and that's why I made the pro team because I kept on going forward. But I walked out of there with like two black guys. Thiago Silva had like grabbed my head and like kneed me like right on the dome. I had like a coconut coming out of my head. But like I didn't stop. I kept going forward and throwing bombs. And so they respected that, you know. So like and it showed that like in training, rounds are 5 minutes, and you need to you can't call timeout, you know, in the middle of a 5-minute round, you know, like, and they want to see like, are you gonna, you know, there's a lot of people that come in there and try to be a tough guy. Oh, I want to be a pro fighter. But like, do you know what I'm saying? Have you ever, you know? So like it takes time, you know. It took me 6 months to get there because, you know, they are okay. But yeah, man. So that's kind of by trial by combat, bro. Sink or swim, man. And that's honestly the best way to learn. And all my rounds, my amateur fights were in sparring, you know, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday against the best guys in the world. So like, I knew that if I could survive, you know, and do well and learn, then I could take a pro fight. And my first pro fight, I knocked the dude out in 9 seconds, and I was like, all right, yo, this is gonna be fun. And every fight is just a challenge of not only with yourself, but like, you know, how you learn. It's the ultimate chess match, bro. So like, it relates to life so much, man. You know, if you gotta enjoy the valleys to really enjoy the peaks, man. You know, because the valleys was where you learn, mature, and grow, and so that when you go into the peak, you can always stand at the next one. You know, you're never gonna want to stay at that same level, so you gotta enjoy the downsides too, man. That's all part of life, bro.
Yeah. And now, for my audience that may not know this, and for the MMA fans listening, so American Top Team, it's no understatement when I tell you that it's one of the top places to go train. I mean, again, like I said, nothing but freaking animals in that place. You're one of them, brother. You're one of them on there.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, the past 3 years, we've been voted the best gym in the world, best team in the world. We have more world champions than any other team. We produce more world champions than any other team. We have more guys in the big league than any other team.
Yeah.
So like, we have our gym is how do you want to call it? It's the ultimate
I think
prize fighters.
Yeah.
It's nothing but it's the best prize fighters in the world.
Yeah, I mean, guys like, you know, Dustin Poirier go through there, Jorge Masvidal, you know, world champions like Joanna, you know, it's insane. Mike Brown's coaching there. I mean, again, it's just the who's who, man.
Amanda Nunes, you know, Junior Dos Santos,
Alessio Sakara.
Yeah, Sakara. What's
so
the
many,
guy, the Pitbull? Yeah, Andre Arlovsky. Yeah, you know, Andre Arlovsky. A lot of vets, man. No, it's blessings, bro. You know, and it's and every week there's, you know, some new Russian champion. We have the 135. Peter Yan is training at American Top Team right now.
Oh, another savage, man.
You know, so like, there's always the Dagestanis that are coming in. So like, bro, you're seeing every single style from all over the world. You know, some Europeans, Russians, they throw a lot of spinning back fists, a lot of spinning back kicks. So like, you'll see that in training compared to like seeing it the first time in a fight. You know, in the fight, that if you haven't seen that before, that'll probably land and hurt you. But in sparring, you've seen that before because you sparred some of the best Russians, you sparred some of the best Europeans, that you've seen all the crazy spinning attacks they like to throw. So that's what gives you the confidence. Like, bro, I've been sparring the best motherfuckers in the world. Let's go. You know.
Yeah, it's intense. So now, Hayder, so why fighting? Why MMA? What made you decide to do this for a living?
Man, after I graduated from college, I went to Florida State. After I finished college, I was working for a pharmaceutical company. I was in pharmaceutical sales, and I missed competing, man. My brother, he played football at Georgetown. He's a linebacker, and he was always like, if I don't make it to the league, I want to fight. So American Top Team ended up, you know, is in our backyard, pretty much 10 minutes from our house. And I went with my brother to one of the national combines. Like, if you qualify for combine, for this combine, then you can go to like the official combine.
Okay.
And my brother just missed it by like a tenth of a point. They kind of take points off if you go to a smaller school. My brother went to Georgetown, so it's not like a D1 school like going to Florida State or Miami, you know. But he put up great numbers. But like, you know, it's they go by the number. They go by the, it was all good. Everything happens for a reason. But so when we came back from the combine, my brother was like, "Yo, let's go to American Top Team." And we grew up playing every sport in South Florida. We wrestled, played football, every sport. So our first training session, after like 5 minutes of it, it kind of like reignited all those passions from competing that like I missed from when I'm being in college and stuff. And man, after my first training session, I was like, "Yo, let's do this." And we just kept on going back. We were like, "Yo, man, we need to make the pro team." So it took about like 6 months to make the pro team of going there consistently and begging the coaches, yo, let us show it, let us try, because like over there, like, bro, you can get knocked out real quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, especially like, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, I want to be on the pro team," but till you're getting kicked in the head by number 3
ranked fighter in the world,
or number 1 fighter in the world that doesn't know who you are, and you're the new person in the gym, and guess what they do to the new people in the gym? They're gonna fucking bring it, So like they have to, but it was awesome, bro. That's why I'm at where I'm at today, bro. You're as good as the people around you, man.
For sure. So start off you said you didn't go through an amateur career. Your amateur career was pretty much sparring with some of the best fighters in the world. So you go in there, you're training with them, turn pro, you go to the Ultimate Fighter house. How was your first experience like that over there? Because you did it twice.
Oh man, the first experience was awesome, dude. We it's team versus team, American Top Team versus Black Zillions, big rivalries. Our teams didn't like each other, so the animosity was thick. You're fighting for whoever's team won. It was 500,000 up for grabs to the winning team. The first if you won the first series of the tournament, you got 200,000. And if the team got 200,000, and if you won the finale, you got 300,000. So it was the first series of the fights. They were winning the first half of the tournament, and then we ended up coming back having to win like at the last 3 fights to win the tournament.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Man, I had 3 fights, 17 days. Took it over, and just man. Ended up winning the first half of the tournament for American Top Team, and then we went to the finale, and I fought Kamaru Usman, and that fight was meant to be a learning lesson, and I ended up losing to Usman. So they won the last part of the finale, but yeah, man, it's the fight game. You just gotta live and you learn, and you gotta take the positives and the negatives. Negatives turn into positives, and makes you better, bro.
How many fights after that edition of the Ultimate Fighter was it until you went into the redemption season? Because again, you went through it twice. Do you remember?
Yeah, so the redemption season was the year after.
Okay, so it was the year after. So you pretty much a year later were back in the same situation.
Yeah. It was cool, man. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was a cool opportunity, especially the second season. You're with guys that everybody knows. Yeah. You're with guys that are in the UFC. Like we had
James Krause.
James Krause, who's in the UFC, he's been on a tear recently. He hasn't lost. He lost his last fight, but until then he was on a five fight win streak, again out of the Ultimate Fighter house. So you're just with guys that have 20, 30, 40, 50 pro fights. So like your training sessions are my coaches were Uriah Faber, Danny Castillo, Cody Gambrit, and then I'm with TJ Dillashaw. Yeah, you're just learning so much, man. I learned so much, dude. Like guys like Joe Stevenson, Jesse Taylor, especially like Joe, like they're like walking encyclopedias of information, bro. They've been around the game so much, bro. So like anytime those guys would talk, I like to listen on what type of like how they train and what knowledge they got, man. So it was awesome, bro. It was. I went far. I went to the finale in the first Ultimate Fighter. Yeah. I had 3 fights in 15 days on this season because I got the wild card. So Dana White brought me back, and then I knocked out Joe, and then I fought Jesse Taylor to go to the semifinals. But I ended up getting caught in a rear naked choke versus Jesse Taylor. But that was a really great learning lesson versus Jesse, because I fixed my back control when people have my back, and now you'll never submit me. And my back escape, I cleaned that up. And that only because I made the mistake versus a guy like Jesse.
Yeah.
So like that's why like every setback, especially in fighting, as long as you're not like really weak-minded, you can
Makes you
take
stronger.
it makes you stronger, bro. And honestly, it puts you on another level that like it's an opportunity to fill the gaps. And anytime you can fill the gaps, really it's all about knowing yourself as a fighter. When you know what to do in all situations, so that you can perform your game plan, then you'll be successful. Like no matter how you're feeling, once you know, like, okay, I know what I'm the best at, and as long as I do that, I'll win my fights. And like once you know yourself as a fighter and what makes yourself special, then you can and you fill the holes. Then you can be unstoppable, man. And like honestly, that's where I'm at in my life, and in my fighting career. I feel like I've dotted every I, I've crossed every T. And in terms of like fixing holes, like my offensive and defensive push pull game is going to be scary, bro. Like I don't give a fuck who I fight. I'm looking forward to showing, you know, my true self, my next fight. And my next two fight, Brave, their welterweight weight class is 175 instead of 170.
Okay.
So at 175, I'm just going to be a tank of speed, power, grenades in both hands. Like, bro, you don't want to get hit by me, bro. So I'm like, I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm going to go out there and show everybody what's up,
Yeah, for sure. So going into it's insane. So first edition of Tough, you did what 3 fights in 17 days, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So second edition, you did 3 fights in 15 days.
Yeah, in 15 days, man,
Okay, and the craziest thing is those fights don't count towards your record, correct?
Yeah, none of them count on your record. And you're fighting every fight, you're fighting a guy that has 20, 30, 40 professional fights, but
That's insane,
they
man.
they consider them
Amateurs.
exhibitions,
Yeah, exhibitions.
because of just the athletic commission, because they're tournament style fights. They consider them exhibition matches, because the first fight is a 2-round fight. It only goes to the third round if you lose. If it only goes to a third round if I win one round and the other guy wins one round.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to a third round. But if I win both rounds, then we don't go to third round, and I win the fight, because it's a tournament. You're gonna fight 3 or 4 times on the season.
Yeah.
If I had won my fight versus Jesse, I would have had 4 fights in 17 days, bro.
Yeah, that's
you know,
insane. That's insane, man. Now, how do you feel about this? Because I talked to some other.
or 4
I've
fights
been very,
18.
yeah, I've been very privileged to have other fighters on the show that have been on the Ultimate Fighter, and some people are like, to me, I counted because I mean, I cut the weight, I showed up, I fought the guy, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, they're on, so they don't count on the number. Like right now, when you go and you look at my record, it says 9-5. But when
Correct.
you look on, the details, it will have all 6 of my fights. So like, what's that? 13-5.
Yeah.
I mean, I count those because those what? Yeah,
I mean,
those
six
6
fights.
fights, 4-2 fights. I had 2 knockouts. Both of those knockouts uh, were the bonus for best knockout of the season. And
Jesus.
my knockout from Ultimate Fighter ATT versus Black Zillions, that knockout got put on best knockouts in Ultimate Fighter history.
Jeez.
Uh, and my Joe Stevenson knockout, if they do that again, that will get put on as one of the best knockouts in Ultimate Fighter history too. So on both
Very,
seasons,
very close.
I have record KOs, bro.
That's very intense, brother. No, again, so you think they should count towards your record officially, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you're fighting another professional fighter. You're wearing 4 ounce gloves. There's no difference in the weight class, in the
Sure.
rules. Uh, yeah,
Man,
I'll tell you what, bro. It's hurt me financially not having those on my record because I'm literally like when I go to talk to promotion, they're like, "Oh, you don't have that many when you don't have that much fight experience," and I'm like, and they're like, "Your record's only before I was 9-5, I was 8. I was yeah. Now I'm 9-5, but before I had won my ninth fight, it was 8. And my last loss
yeah.
is a DQ. So it's really 8-4 in one. The DQ I fought Roger Huerta.
What
I
to yeah.
threw in. We were fighting, and the elbow hit him in the back of the head. You can throw elbows. He went for a takedown. I started throwing elbows to stop the takedown. I rocked him, and I threw another elbow. And as he went down, the elbow hit him in the back of the head, and it cut the back of his head open. And they DQ'd me. So my last loss, one of those losses is a DQ. You know,
Jesus.
um, but yeah, so like because they don't count my 4 other wins in the Ultimate Fighter House, um, they'll be like, "Oh, you don't have enough experience," and I have to be like, "Dude, go on mixed martial arts, look at up all my records. I got 6 more fights. I almost I have 20 pro fights, bro. Um,
That's
but
that's that's crazy, man.
yeah, look at the guys that I fought, bro. I fought fucking the best dudes in the world, bro. I've fought Vicente Luque twice. I fought Kamaru Usman. I fought Roger Huerta. I fought Pavel Kush. I fought one of the Russian world champions. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't give me no bullshit.
No,
That
that's intense. I was gonna ask you, Hyder. So, what's one of the biggest lessons you learned from the first season you did to the second season that you feel like helped you the most?
um the second season helped me the most in terms of fixing the holes in my game. When I fought Usman, I learned distance, and because so Kamaru Usman is a guy that he'll stand with you until you hit him. Once
Yeah,
you hit him, he's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, fuck this. I'm gonna tie you up and start playing, put you against the cage, wrestle, tie you up." Uh, so I learned my distance how to when I'm a striker. So I learned my distance in the push pull game, working off my jab uh, to fight guys like that.
yeah,
Uh, and then when I fought Jesse Taylor's a wrestler that as soon as the fight starts, he's just gonna shoot double, 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 hard takedowns after hard takedowns after hard takedowns.
yeah.
So your timing, your distance has to be different with that guy as well. So I learned those are the two type of if I'm a striker, those are the two type of fighters that are wrestlers that are really at their best at their game. A wrestler that will strike with you till you hurt him, and a wrestler that's not going to stand with you. It's just going to shoot nonstop. So I was able to fix my distance and how I attack and my setups from those two fighters. And then Jesse, is I lost to him by a rear naked choke. I
Yeah.
was able to fix my game with fighting the hands, going 2-on-1, turning into them, really just not giving my back when I go to stand up. I was really able to because how do you learn from that? Well, I learned from that by getting caught by one of the best dudes in the world
Yeah, for sure.
uh, in that game. So like so it was an opportunity for me really to solidify my holes. And from those fights, I went and I fought Roger Huerta. Then I went and I fought Pavel Kush, who was the number one ranked fighter from Ukraine, who had 22 wins with 22 finishes. I beat him in Abu Dhabi, and then I went and I fought in India and had a 30-second KO, and then I fought in for M1 Global in China, and I fought one of the top Russian wrestling sambo champions, and I beat him in M1 Global.
Yeah.
So and now I'm with Brave. So I'm looking forward to just working from my fixing my improvements, and then just keep fucking making some noise, bro.
Okay, so I was also gonna ask. So in Ultimate Fighter, I remember watching that as it was airing. Cody Garbrandt versus T.J. Dillashaw. Now, Hater, while you were there, how real was the animosity in that show between those two guys? There, because I know like you guys as fighters and contestants in that, competitors in that. you guys were kind of caught in the middle of that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, man, they definitely did not like each other, bro. It was definitely for real, dude. It was
Okay.
nothing was scripted. It was definitely real, bro.
Okay.
Anytime they were in the same room, they talk shit, to each other. It was
Yeah.
intense, bro.
Yeah.
But it made for good TV. It made for you know,
Even better show than what it was, because that was a very good season. I mean, it really was.
yeah, man, it was good. It was high level fighters, bro. It, it- you know, it was blessings, bro. Honestly, dude, I learned so
Yeah.
much. It made me a better man, better fighter. Anytime you can go, I mean, bro, you show up, and for 6.5 weeks, they take your phone. You have no connection with the outside world. There's no TV. You're just there to focus on your goals
Yeah.
and fight. So it's like it's an awesome experience. Like when you get out of there, you're like, hey, what's going on in the world? Like what's been going on? Like what songs are cool that are out there right now?
Yeah.
You know, so it's there's not that many times in life when you can just say time out on the world and just go focus on your goals. So it's an awesome thing, bro.
For sure. For sure. Now, what's a 2021 goal that you have going into this year? We're already in February. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Professionally,
Yeah.
just go out there. I got my last two fights on my contract with Brave. My plan of those two fights is really just go out there and leave a exclamation point on those last two fights on my contract, and really just go out there and show everybody like who I am, and kind of just go out there putting reminders uh, on what I'm all about, man. That's kind of my mindset is to go out there and remind everybody like who the fuck I am, you know.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Is there a particular fight you'd want?
Man, I got two fights left in Brave. Um, I really just want whoever they think is the baddest dude. You know, outside of that, I'd love to get a rematch. With my losses that I had in the UFC with Kamaru and Vicente. Those are always something that as a fighter you want to get back, especially you want to show your improvements. So we'll see whatever happens in life in that direction. Post Brave, but yeah, dude, I'm just enjoying life, man, and looking forward to these opportunities this year, and just gonna bring it, bro. Bring it in life, bring it in
Awesome.
fighting, bring it with family and health and then in good love, bro.
Awesome, man. So let me shift to this. Football, NFL now. Now we talk some fighting. But did you catch the Super Bowl? Kind of crazy question, right, to ask.
Yeah, man. I watched a little bit of the football game, man. It was a blowout, dude.
Yeah.
I watched the first half, watched a little bit of the third. Yeah, man. Blessings for Brady, bro. I'm a Florida boy. Um, and I respect people that prove the naysayers wrong. I hate people are say, oh, bro, you're getting old. You're what is he 43, bro? Anytime
Crazy, brother.
someone expresses like something that you can't do, it's something that they can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like
A lot of hate, man, in the world.
I'm 36 or 37.
Yeah.
37. Uh, I've never felt better in my entire life. I take care of my body. I don't party. I don't drink alcohol. I'm an athlete, bro. I'm a fucking samurai, bro. Like when someone says, "Oh, bro, you're too old to fight, or you get too old to play football, bro," that's because you are too old.
You can't do
You
it.
are not taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? They don't see your vision, so don't ever let people's noise get in the way of your vision, bro. So like I'm a very strong proponent of that, especially when it comes to like sticking to your goals. So like I was pumped to see Brady just do it, bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now you're a Miami guy, so you're a Dolphins guy, correct?
Yeah, man, I grew up a Dolphin fan, went to Hurricane games, went to Florida State
There you
for
go.
school, the Seminole. Kind of have my sister went to UF, so yeah, man, we're Florida.
Florida. So what did you think of Miami this season, brother?
Yeah, man, the Dolphins, bro. It's always kind of the same old, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's you go to the games because it's you enjoy football.
For sure.
The team always fights hard, does well. They had a good season. when I started fighting, before I started fighting, I watched I watched basketball, football, and all that. But football is the one thing that I still enjoy watching because like it's tough. I grew up playing football. You're hitting people. The other sports I don't watch as much of.
Yeah, I get you.
It has to be a big event. Like the final NBA finals. I'll watch the finals. But it's because basketball, soccer, baseball, you play them. You know what I'm saying? Like fighting, you don't play fighting. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
for
That's
sure.
where that's like and then they're making like $100 million. And for them, I'm on a call. And for them, sorry, my nephew's in here.
No, you're good.
Katie, come here. I'm on a important phone call. Come here. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
One second, dude.
Yeah.
Door.
So sports, we're talking about how fun it is. Definitely agree with you on there. You can't play fight, just like you can't get the real full-on experience when it comes to football because obviously you can't. It's not like you're just wearing pads out there with your buddies. So I completely get that. Real quick before we start segueing to the end, Hyder, are you going to be watching UFC 258 this upcoming weekend?
Yeah, man. What's the card looking like?
And so we got Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns for the
Oh,
main
that's
event.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, bro. I definitely will be watching that fight, man. Honestly, Gilbert, Gilbert and Usman teammates for a long time. I feel like Gilbert will be Usman's toughest test just because Gilbert is very, very, very well-rounded, phenomenal grappling. He hits hard, great striking. He's super confident, great scrambler. So I'll be able. I think he's going to do and he's got great cardio. So I think he's going to be able to keep the fight moving, whether he's against the cage, and he's going to be able to. He's going to make it a fight, And I think if he cracks, I think he can. I'm betting on
Gilbert.
Gilbert. Yeah. I think he has the tools to
I do think so too.
to hurt Usman and keep him honest. And outpoint him.
For sure. That's going to be a very interesting fight. I like Kamaru in this fight. I feel like Gilbert's going to be his toughest fight to date, like you say. I think a lot of people are quick to say that it's going to be a dominant performance by Kamaru. A lot of people that I've talked to, I don't see it, man, because of the things that you said. I mean, these guys know each other very well. Gilbert's an absolute stud, in my opinion, man. Again, another monster in there. So it's going to be very interesting to see, man.
Yeah, man. Knowing both guys, I'm homies with both guys.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the fight, man. God bless both guys. Yeah. Both awesome family guys. And but I think Gilbert will be able to brawl and sprawl, and his grappling will keep the fight neutralized, and he'll be the cleaner, more powerful striker, and that will neutralize the fight in his favor. And yeah, man. That's my mindset, bro.
Very, very excited, man. What about Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso? That's going to be the co-main event now. It's going to be a very interesting fight. Macy Barber and Alexa Grasso. So Macy Barber tore her ACL last year. First fight back.
Is that the girl that went?
The Contender Series.
Okay. Those contenders, and who's she fighting? Are they both Contender Series?
No. Alexa Grasso has been in the UFC already.
Okay.
Still young. Both are going to be brawlers. It's going to be a very exciting matchup. It's going to be interesting because Macy's coming from a torn ACL injury, Hayder. So I think that's going to be, it's a little scary, I guess, if you're coming back. I don't know if you'd be able to touch base on that.
Yeah, man. My brother, he fights also, man. And he actually tore his Achilles his last fight, believe it or not. And, as long as you have the right doctor, I mean, man, he's back running, sprinting, doing backflips, work. Yeah. So as long as, the right doctor, the right therapy, right treatment, being patient with it, and keep flexible and mobile, like you can come back full speed, man. It's
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna ask, what about that Kelvin Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch guy?
I'm going Gastelum, bro. I think he's gonna be motivated to come out there and prove everybody wrong. Yeah, I think he's lost his last two. So I think he's gonna go out there with purpose. For sure.
Very excited. I'm a huge.
He's a beast, bro. Yeah, I like him.
It's gonna be very exciting, man. It's gonna be very exciting, man. Anything you want to say before we close out, Hader?
Man, dude, I appreciate the love, man, and much respect for having me on the time. Anytime, someone's interested in hearing my story, bro. I appreciate it, man. So, man, yeah, God bless, and yeah, man, have an awesome week, and look forward to the next one, bro.
Hey, appreciate it. That was Mr. Hayder Hassan. Thanks again, Hayder, for joining the show, and thanks for all the listeners, man. I appreciate the time you took. And to everyone, be safe out there this coming weekend. Enjoy UFC 258. Be careful, guys. Be safe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.